What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Max Allegri has failed this club. Max Allegri has failed this fan base. And most importantly, Max Allegri has failed his old lady. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the bianconerizonechannel. My name is Justin Sofro, and today it is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. Of course, I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus. This is the rundown each and every day. We talk Juve, we give it to you, and we get going. Today, though, of course, we're going to have to talk about the massacre, the disappointment, the frustration that you're feeling, everything that is the fallout from Juventus losing 2-1 at home to Benfica. We're going to talk about that as well as some of the other moves. What does this mean for the future of the club? We're going to do that. Before we do anything, though, do me a favor. Do me just a quick favor for the channel. Smash that freaking like button. Give me a big thumbs up. Help us out. Help us as we continue to grow our channel. Speaking of that, though, while I'm waiting for you all to hit that thumbs up, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the new subscribers to the channel. We had an influx of new subscribers, and I would imagine a lot of subscribers that are abandoning what I would call Passion FC. Passion FC. You're done with it. I know a lot of people are frustrated with some of the things we do here because we are quote-unquote negative. But let's be honest what we are here. What we are here is honest reality check Juventus news, and that's what we talk about. We talk about what's going on with Juventus, and we are honest with our frustrations, with our feelings, with the anger. If you're going to be honest, just pure anger. So to you all that are newly coming or catching on to the channel, welcome. We're glad to have you here. I believe in the United States here, if you go to the Statue of Liberty, Old Lady Liberty, as you're coming in, and I believe a lot of our Italian ancestors came in to America on those ships, and at the Statue of Liberty, it's a phrase. There's a phrase that people know that it says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. So welcome to all of us that are yearning to breathe free. To breathe free of Max Allegri, of no progression football, of no plan, no project, no work ethic, no passion, no care. Let's breathe free and let's move on to the future. Let's talk about that though. Right now, what's going on with Juventus? I will say this. Yesterday, I missed a good portion of the match. I had to watch it on my phone and catch updates. Hope you guys will give me a pass as a fan. We were having a funeral service for my Nonna who had passed away the last couple weeks. We're dedicating that to her. I was going through this, and I delivered a eulogy for my Nonna. You know, somebody who I love, somebody I care about a lot, deeply. Who is the reason, honestly, that I'm here on this channel. And one of the things that came to my mind, and I joked with Julian about doing this because I delivered the eulogy, you know, and I was still wearing the full suit and everything. I almost considered coming on the channel following the match yesterday against Benfica and delivering a eulogy for the old lady. This is the second old lady that I had loved that right now appears to be in the ground. And I know it's a little bit harsh, it's a little bit, you know, whatever. It's my humor. I apologize. But that's what it feels like right now. It feels like we're just watching the death of a club we love. And it's not really going to die. Let's not kid ourselves. That's a joke. I'm being dramatic as a fan. But what I mean is it's frustrating to watch this style of football. And actually what I really mean is there is no style. Let's be clear with ourselves right now. We've watched this for a year and, 7-8 games now? There's no style. There's no project. There's no ambition. There's nothing being developed here. So when Max Allegri makes these statements and comes out and says that, you know, he's got the plan or it's got to be his job to have a plan going forward, bro, you've had a year. You've had a year and a month into the season and you haven't done shit with it. So don't lie to me. Don't piss on my leg and tell me that it's raining. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get in the news. I'll have more ranting to talk about and all that, but let's go ahead and get into that. I just had to get my frustrations out there. I think, and I know I said let's get into it real quick. I think here's my biggest frustration with Max Allegri. With the Max Allegri situation. I will bend the knee and I will say, at the beginning, I was a Max Allegri back guy. I was, because I expected him to, you know, bring back some of what he did the last time. I think right now a lot of us can look at this and say maybe a lot of this was just thanks to what Antonio Conte set up for him and what they were able to, build from there. Max Allegri's basically going to try to sell you that he's building us out of a hole or digging us out of a hole, when honestly, Max Allegri right now is digging us further into that hole. Yes, there was a hole. We were definitely in a hole. That hole is much bigger and deeper. Stanley Yelnats, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get into it. Marchisio had some thoughts following the match. And here's what Marchisio had to say. Our own beloved Claudio Marchisio says, the players are at their own mercy, moving only individually. And to me, the only thing I can take from this is it's just an indictment on coaching. I want to come in here and get on here, and there's plenty of opportunity and plenty of times that we get in here on this channel, and I yell and scream, and I talk about how pissed off, yada, 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 this player, that player, this player, that player. You know, Cuadrado's taking shrapnel. Cuadrado deserves it, to be honest. He should be done. But you know, we see Alejandro goes off after McKennie. That's his target number one right now. Julian has whoever he has. I have mine. You know what we're talking about here. The issue is, I think we need to zoom out a little bit away from the players. The players are an issue. It is a problem. But one of the bigger issues that we have right now, the main issue, is that Max Allegri, it's on the coach to develop and to work in a system for his players, to work on tactics, to work on something that will feed to their strengths and hide their weaknesses. That's what a coach does. Max Allegri is not doing that. Max Allegri is not coaching. Like, he literally is the epitome of roll the balls out guy. And that's my frustration. And he's making 9 million euros a season doing it. Living good. Maybe doing some other things. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Okay, let's continue on. And I think really, too, one of my biggest frustrations when it comes to Max Allegri is this. We've done this channel for a little over a year now. A little bit over a year we've been on here talking to you about Juve, about the project, about the ambition. Actually, we launched this channel early on the news of Max Allegri back to Juventus. Allegri back, right? And we had dreams and hopes that things would get better. But here's the problem. Max Allegri has gotten where it's been so piss poor, the performance, the tactics, whatever you want to call it, that he's put out there, that we are unable to talk about the match. We're unable to really talk about the game and really break down the analytics of the game. There are no analytics to break down. Guys, like Claudio Marchisio said, are out there running around like chickens with their heads cut off because they don't know what to do. Nobody's working toward anything. There's no project. There's no guideline. There is nothing. There's nothing. And that's my frustration. All right, we continue on. Opta Polo gives us a reassuring news. Basically puts out there a new record broken by Juventus this season. Juventus have lost each of their first 2 group stage games at UEFA Champions League campaign for their first time ever. First time ever that Juventus have started 0-2. In the UEFA Champions League. I mean, how do you come back from this, especially given the circumstance where, what was this, a week and a half ago, whatever it was, right before the PSG match? What did Max Allegri say? What were the comments that Max Allegri told us, the fans? PSG ain't it. Don't pay attention to PSG. Ignore the man behind the curtain, right? What he said was, as Benfica is who we're going after. That's what we got to win. We have to win that match. That's your closer rival. PSG, another tier from you. And then they embarrassed you. Yeah, okay, we did the normal thing. 20 minutes early, looked all right. Early goal, thanks to me, like, there you go. But what happened? Regression to the mean. Nothing, no project, no work, no heart, no nothing, just nothing, no green set, none of that. And that's a Max Allegri problem. That's all on him. I put it all on him. As much as we want to go after these players, and they're an issue, it's Max Allegri, guys. Pirlo was able to win 2 trophies, and I understand he had Cristiano Ronaldo and a healthy Federico Chiesa. Can you sit here today and tell me that you believe Federico Chiesa, Paul Pogba, and Di Maria being healthy is going to make that significant of a difference with this club, with the way Max Allegri is managing it? If you believe so and you say yes, feed me whatever you're drinking. Whatever Kool-Aid you're drinking, give me that. Find a way to make me see that. Because I can't. I cannot see it happening. I know, I apologize, it's negative. I know, guys, it's negative. I don't know how you can be positive in the situation. let's continue on, and let's go ahead and get into these comments Max Allegri said after the match. And I'll be honest, I picked and pulled only the ones that I think were really talking about his job. I did not go to the ones that really dove into Max Allegri, his idea, his analytics of the match, because I don't think they matter. I don't think anything he says about, player health or player, he couldn't get him going. He was doing this wrong. He was doing that wrong. To me, I'm just not hearing. I'm not here for it. I'm not listening to it because you've proven time after time that you're not doing anything to fix it, right? So let's actually talk about Max Allegri and his status. Let's do that. All right. First up, Max Allegri, his first comments after the match were, I knew when I came back that it would take time to rebuild anyway. Unfortunately, I didn't think we would lose 2 games in a row at this time. After 9 years of winning, it is difficult to keep winning in 1 year. We all know that. We all know that, Max Allegri. We do know that. But we do know that other guys are able to put something together. And we also, once again, Max Allegri, the way that he talks to fans, and that's what pisses me off, and that's why I have the fire right now when it comes to Max Allegri. Maybe fire Allegri, maybe. But what enrages me is the way Max Allegri talks to you and me, the fans. That's what pisses me off, is when a guy who's coaching, says comments like he did the reporter the other day, which is a reporter who's really just speaking for all of us in the circumstance. When he says that you watch the game, but you do not see it, which is saying that you are a fan, you watch the games, but you don't know shit because you don't play the game. You do not do that. I have no respect for you because you're not a professional footballer. Well, earn some respect from us, my guy. Earn some respect from us first. All right, let's continue on. He goes on, more comments talking about what's going on with him, what's going on with the match. Well, he says, it's difficult to explain. Of course it is. It's always difficult. In football, it's difficult to explain. We can only say that after 2-1, the game was practically over. We risked 3-1 and 4-1. We had a chance at the end, but the performance was always the same. At this moment, it's useless to talk and give explanations. We have to keep quiet, work, and think about the next game. I've heard this from many other coaches and many other sports, basketball, American football. I've heard that exact line. And you know what that line is from? It's always from a dead man walking. It's always from the guy who's done. Mentally, emotionally, he's done. The fan base is done. But most importantly, the part that I want to take from this is this comment right here, where he said, at this moment, it's useless to talk and give explanations. The reason he says that is because he has no explanation. He has no answer. He has nothing. And that's where we are. All right, let's continue on with what he said. And this is the part that gets me. He goes on to say, at this moment, there is only silence. Do I feel more a part of the problem or part of the solution? Of the solution, because I have to find the solution. Did I have a confrontation with the management? No, not at all. Second part of that, I will say shenanigans, bullspit, whatever you want to say, even though I've already cussed twice in this video at least, right? I call shenanigans on this. I do not believe that for a second. If you know the reference, you know the reference. I believe the reports out there that were leaked out there that there was a confrontation, that there was yelling and fighting and arguing. You're going to tell me that I don't think an Italian management, Cherubini, Riva Bene, Agnelli even, you don't think I think that they're yelling and screaming, and they're not angry at you after this piss poor performance, after once again dropping more points. You've only won twice this season. 2 games, 2 wins. I'm not buying it, sir. I'm not. Are you the fans buying it? Let me know. But honestly, that's not the important part. The important part is this, of him saying that he thinks he's a solution. Tell us what the solution is, broski. What's the solution? What's the issue? Most coaches, any other coach I think could pinpoint exactly what their issues are. I feel like I'm pinpointing your issue by telling you that there is no project. You're working toward nothing. You have no goal. You're winging it. You're out there. You're making your money. You're living your good life, I guess. That's my issue, is I feel like there's nothing to talk about analytically. I really don't. I think you and all of us are wasting our time when we sit here and talk analytics, when we talk about different tactics and stuff like that with Max Allegri. Until we have somebody else there calling the shots, I mean, if we got to be honest, if we have to be honest with ourselves, is it a coincidence that when Landucci, the couple matches that he was at the helm while Max Allegri was out, that Juve looked good? Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence? The Roma match last season, probably one of the most exciting matches I've had as a Juventus fan in 4 years. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. You tell me. All right, let's continue out, though. And now we have reports, though, talking about the future of Max Allegri. What does he have here? What's going on? Well, he goes on to say this. Well, this is Giovanni Guardola, Sky Sport, basically saying there is high tension between the management and Allegri. It doesn't appear that Allegri may be at risk of losing his job at this moment in time, but there is disappointment, and the situation remains tense with the management. So it does, and I believe absolutely this is kind of confirmation that I'm sure that there was some yelling and screaming, a gnashing of teeth, if you will. Maybe it didn't happen in that locker room. I still think it did, but it sure as hell did when they got back home, or when they're already home. When they got into their own comfortable office space, let's say that. Home of Catanassa, maybe, right? I'm sure it did. Continue on, though, and when there were the reports, Guido Tolomei said that Arriva Bene is very upset by the situation. Well, Arriva Bene, figure out a solution. That's what I say. There were also, if you saw, I think it was before the match, I believe. I don't think it was after. You have to give me some kind of clarification. But yesterday at one point, a fan, Arriva Bene was out with the public, with the unwashed masses. He made an appearance, right? And there's a fan out there who yelled at him, basically, Allegri out. Fire Allegri. And he jokingly quipped saying, are you going to pay his wages? Who's paying his wages, basically? Which that's funny. But it's also, that's not something you say. Like, I get the joke, but that's not what you say. Corporately, I don't know. To me, I don't know. To me, it just reads it reads what it is because he's not going anywhere. He should be fired. He should be gone. They should have dropped him yesterday, if we're being honest. If he loses to Monza, and I don't believe that he's really at risk just because of the financial situation of Juventus and because who are you going to find to replace him? Is it just going to be Landucci through the rest of the season? Maybe it will be better. But at the same time, who are you going to go get? I still worry about that. But it feels like right now that you're going to be stuck with this. And we are all going down with the ship. The captain's taking the ship down, but he's not letting us out on lifeboats. That's what we are. All right. And then the last part of this, Nico Schietta, basically an update with the situation saying Max Allegri has no intention of resigning. Termination of the contract is also unlikely, obviously, financial issues. The fact that Allegri does not feel questioned does not mean that the management is happy, though. On the contrary, there are plenty of concerns from Nedved and Arriva Bene about the team's critical shortcomings, and no more embarrassments are allowed at Monza. We'll see. We will see. Call me a doubter. Call me pessimistic. I don't know. Well, that's what we do here, right? I mean, it's part of the joke. It's what we do here. But at the same time, call me pessimistic. Call me doubtful. Call me unbelieving. Call me irresponsible. You know the song. You know what I'm doing by now. Anyway, we'll see. We will see what happens against Monza on Sunday. If Juve once again drop points against Monza, we'll see if there's a move made. I doubt it. I don't think so. But what could also be more frustrating is if Juve go out and win comfortably. You're not going to feel good about yourselves. I doubt it. Somebody tell me that you're going to feel good about yourselves if Juve go out there and win comfortably against Monza and think that the ship's okay for the rest of the season. Right? All right. I think that'll do it. I've ranted. I've raved. I talked about this. I gave you my opinions. Now it's your turn. Let me know your opinions in the comment section down below if you haven't already. I know there's a lot of you that are heated, that are frustrated. Allegri out. Who in then? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Guys, I'll see you all next time. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.